tell us more about like the mentoring, like so this is how it started, but how did it start to kind of build and you realize this is what I want to do?
Yeah, so I spent I've been kind of focusing on She Meets for about 8. We're kind of probably going into our 9th year. And a lot of it was trial and error for first kind of like 4 or 5. And then in 2020, we launched our first She Meets Her Voice. So the brand of She Meets is fun because she meets her voice, she meets her health and body, she meets her relationships, she meets Holy Spirit, she meets intimacy, she meets trust, she meets her worth. And so I believe in mentoring for sure, but I've also done a lot of, secular counseling, Christian counseling, inner healing, all that stuff, right? Coaching. I've spent over 20 grand just on inner healing in my life. And that, it is needed. But one thing I really wanted was just, I need someone in the moment. This thing is happening to me now, right? Like, where is somebody who has a tool for me right now? And I just was like, I would have like, I remember praying, God, send me somebody who can help me in the moment. And, you have friends and stuff, but I wore out a lot of my friends. Like, and I was just like, man, there's a need here. There's a need here. And so in 2020, we launched our first in-person event called She Meets Her Voice. And then I was introduced to Pedro Dale in the 100X community where I was mentored and met you, Scott, and just got to see the entrepreneur and the intrapreneur build a beautiful thing. And I was always like, I want that. I want that. I want that. So I dove deeper into a revelation of kingdom living, and I was certified as a 100X coach. And we ran kind of 22 challenges to grow the She Meets community. So
Wow.
yeah, because you can really just go off that. Like She Meets,
Which is wonderful.
relationships.
I love how you can just plug in all the values and everything that you want to create in the community and movement. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah. And so She Meets is really a convergence of my passions of health, spiritual, and business personal development. So it's that coming together with the practical application. So training, activating, and mentoring. So I'm a firm believer in getting people into action, specifically through the medical model, see one, do one, teach one. And so get them their breakthrough. Then get them living in their breakthrough. Because, it's easy to get a relationship, but then how to stay in the relationship. And then teach one, right? So then become a mentor themselves. And this is where I'm excited. So like, this is where I'm passion, like where I want to see it grow is seeing these women now mentor other women.
Interesting. The exponential explosion of growth from that.
And then what I was also seeing as I was helping people with their own companies, with their own entrepreneurship, is what I would really realize that a majority of people really just struggle doing it. And so I've put the whole program together. You just now put, and my whole program is basically what I've done for the last 20, 30 years to get to where I'm at. It's a lot of practical, spiritual, health. Like it's just all in one. There's 4 quarters and it equals a year. Like it's over a year, but you can kind of plug and play as you go. And then women, once they've achieved that, then they come in and do an internship. They mentor somebody else. And then once I feel they're ready to go out on their own, they go out on their own. But they're taking back to their group of people the same program. So they don't have to come up with the program. They don't have to do any marketing. Yeah, they don't have to do any advertising. Because what I saw was 90% of the women I was helping in entrepreneurship just struggled so much in all that area, but they just wanted to serve.
So, I love content, I love courses, I like to build it. My curriculum is a fun thing for me. So when I hear CB teach, but then you've taken that final step and essentially put it into perpetuity, right? So it allows for them to teach CB and teach. So they're always in teaching as they continue to grow with the content that you've created for them, which just creates even more breakthrough. So it's like like the recycling sign, right? It just keeps on feeding itself. But so genius. I love that.
I know. And if you look at the AA model, right, Alcohol Anonymous, right, I heard this said once that it was a self-diagnosis, right? But their medicine was the meetings. And I was like, that's what we do in She Meets, is keeping the women engaged. By how? By mentoring others. And there is no greater growth than linking arms with somebody else and walking them through the crop in life and the celebrations, right? Like when you're invested in someone else's life, it's powerful. And so we've just been able to build a system of in the moment mentoring.